What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new video where we will talk about Arne Slot, because he pretty much said in his post-match press conference yesterday evening that he expects to become a Liverpool manager, and he wants to become a Liverpool manager after telling Feyenoord that he wants to leave for Anfield in the summer, and the clubs are in negotiations, and Arne Slot pretty much confirmed that he expects the clubs to reach an agreement and he expects himself to become a Liverpool manager. So Liverpool now, it is confirmed by Arne Slot and many other journalists that Liverpool have their number one choice, Arne Slot, very close in their negotiations to be concluded, and he could be announced this week or early next week as the next Liverpool manager. So how do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments below. Do you rate Arne Slot? Do you think he's a good appointment? I will give all my detail, all my thoughts, but first let's talk about what he actually said in his press conference. So he confirmed in the press conference that he wants to join Liverpool after Feyenoord beat Go Ahead Eagles 3-1, and Feyenoord are now confirmed to be in the Champions League group stages next season. They are in second place, a few points, quite a lot of points behind PSV Eindhoven, who is having a perfect season. And Arne Slot says, I'm having a great time at Feyenoord, but when a club like Liverpool comes forward, it would be crazy if I didn't think that was a great next step. The clubs are in negotiations and I'm waiting to hear, just like I was before the game. If an agreement is reached, there will be follow-up discussions. Everyone understands Feyenoord wants to get the most compensation out of it. Arne Slot also said, I watched his interview, that he could become the highest transfer fee for a manager paid ever in Dutch football history. Feyenoord are holding out for around 10 million pounds. Liverpool's current offer is around 8 million, so I think an agreement will be reached, but I will believe they will let me get the most out of it as well. Joining Liverpool would be a massive step for me. I just have to let the clubs do their job and wait. It's no secret I want to go to Liverpool, and of course I love this. I love that he wants to go to Liverpool, and I love that he's pretty open about it. He's a very good communicator as well, and because Arne Slot has 2 seasons left on his contract, Liverpool are making a formal approach and talking with Feyenoord and come to an agreement for the compensation. But as I said, around 10 million pounds would be, I think, a decent compensation fee. And Arne Slot was wanted by Barcelona and Bayern Munich, so that's why Liverpool have moved quickly before the season ends to get this deal done, because a lot of other big clubs are looking for a new manager. Making his intentions known about wanting to join Liverpool could smooth talks between the clubs now that he has decided to leave Feyenoord, and that strengthens Liverpool's position, because Liverpool now can tell Feyenoord, you know, your manager wants to join us. He openly said it in the press, so there is no point in digging your heels in and trying to keep Arne Slot at all costs. And Virgil van Dijk has already publicly endorsed Arne Slot. He said, I find it hard to answer, but I think Arne Slot is perhaps one of the better Dutch coaches at the moment. I think the way of playing and the philosophy he has, that he could be a good Liverpool coach. And football expert Michael Statham has said this about Arne Slot. He has charisma and he has a big personality. Out of the top 7 leagues, Feyenoord would have the most turnovers in possession because they are always pressing so high. And that's the kind of strategy that Arne Slot loves. Aggressive pressing, high energy, aligns with the dynamic playing style that Liverpool fans have grown accustomed to under Jurgen Klopp. And also, you'd want to appoint a manager who has a pretty similar playing style to Jurgen Klopp, because it's a big risk if you change the whole system, to change the whole formation, whole playing style. You want the transition to be as seamless as possible. Arne Slot is regarded as one of the best managers Feyenoord has ever had in their history. His success, not just in results, but also in building a great connection between himself and the fans and the players. This aspect of his management could be crucial in winning over the Liverpool fans, who deeply value a strong community bond with their managers. So that's very, very important at Liverpool. the manager is the number one, and the Liverpool players and the Liverpool fans especially need to have a great connection to the manager. And the fact that he publicly admitted and endorsed this Liverpool offer and he wants to become a Liverpool manager suggests to me that Arne Slot feels that he's ready in his managerial career to take on such a monumental, huge job. I think taking over from Jurgen Klopp is as hard as taking over from Arsene Wenger at Arsenal or Alex Ferguson from Man United. And those two takeovers were a disaster. But Man United had a very poor squad with a lot of aging players. They gave a lot of money to David Moyes, but he wasted it signing players who weren't successes. And the Arsenal squad was also pretty poor. What is a big advantage for Arne Slot is that he's inheriting a very good, young, talented squad, which of course, yes, it needs work. Liverpool will have some money to spend in the summer transfer window to make 2 or 3 signings to help Arne Slot for the challenges facing him next season. And Dirk Kuyt, one of my favorite former Liverpool players, I loved how hard he worked on the pitch and what a great footballer he was. He spoke glowingly about Arne Slot, and he said Arne Slot's style is exactly what Liverpool fans love to see at Anfield. And Dirk Kuyt is working in Dutch football. He just got a second division side, Beerschot, promoted to the Eredivisie, and I think he's ideally placed to talk about Arne Slot and his style. Sorry, he got Beerschot promoted to the Belgian first division after winning the Belgian second division title, so I got the country wrong. And Dirk Kuyt said, Feyenoord is my team in Holland. My son plays in the academy there, so now and then myself and Arne Slot have some contact. It was around this time last year that he gave me the opportunity to spend a week with him so I could watch how he goes about his job. It was a fascinating experience. He's a manager who likes to help younger coaches like me, and it says a lot about the type of person he is, that he's willing to share his thoughts and vision so openly. And the timing was perfect because it was just before Feyenoord became Dutch champions. Watching his training sessions was so interesting in terms of the drills and how he prepares his team. Arne loves the game and he thinks about football 24/7. That passion shines through when he speaks. He's always studying other teams, thinking about how his team can improve and evolve. Tactically, he's very strong. What people like most in Holland, where his reputation is so high, is that he has his own vision, his own style of play. Nowadays, managers always get compared. Is it the Jurgen Klopp style? Is it the Jose Mourinho style? Is it the Pep Guardiola style? The answer is that Arne Slot has his own style. He doesn't copy anyone. He knows exactly what he wants and he believes in it. It's attractive, attacking football. He likes to play an aggressive defense, high intensity, with the game played in the opponent's half, and it's his way. It's different from Klopp, but a lot of the principles are the same. What struck me about Arne, Dirk Kuyt says, was his ability to make the players believe in what he believes in. I talked to some of the players when I was there, and they all spoke so highly about Arne Slot. They love how he organizes their training sessions and how he gets his ideas across. He's an excellent communicator and man manager. And watching Feyenoord in the recent years, you can see Arne Slot's vision coming through in how Feyenoord plays football. Everyone, all the players brought into his vision, even the fans as well. He gets the best out of the people. The job he took on after arriving from AZ Alkmaar in 2021 wasn't an easy one. Some questioned whether he was the right man because he hadn't previously trained the top Dutch team. Just like right now, people are questioning whether he's the right man to lead Liverpool to glory because he hasn't managed a top team outside of the Netherlands. But Feyenoord finished third in the first season and reached the final of the Europa Conference League when they lost narrowly to Jose Mourinho's Roma. And before his second season, before he won the league in the Netherlands, he lost top scorer Luis Sinisterra. He lost Malacia to Man United, Marcos Senesi to Bournemouth, Arsnes to Benfica. So he lost like 4 or 5 of his best players, and he still went on to win the Dutch league title. So Arne Slot effectively had to build a new side. People doubted the new players. who arrived, and they said he would need time to get things right, but he proved them wrong, outperforming Ajax and PSV Eindhoven on a lower budget than them to become champions was unbelievable, because nobody expected Feyenoord to become champions at the start of that season. And before this season he lost Kökçü to Benfica, but they still won the Dutch FA Cup, and they will finish second behind PSV Eindhoven. PSV have a really strong squad, and Dirk said, I was surprised because that Liverpool had decided to go for Slot, because since Jürgen said he would be leaving at the end of the season, other names had been mentioned as possible contenders, but it makes a lot of sense. I haven't spoken to Arne since then, but if everything is agreed, Liverpool have made a very good choice according to Dirk. It's interesting for me as a Dutchman who is both a Feyenoord and Liverpool supporter. I'm a bit excited, to be honest. I mean, that's perfectly understandable. And Dirk said he is ready to take the next step in his career. And the doubters will say Arne Slot never managed outside of the Eredivisie, but you know what? Jürgen Klopp never managed outside of German football before coming to Liverpool. And also Arne Slot has a very good English, so language barrier wouldn't be an issue. And when you are ready, you are ready. Louis van Gaal once said, it doesn't matter what age you are and how much experience you have, it's about your qualities. And I trust Liverpool and Michael Edwards to make the right decision in appointing the next Liverpool manager, because they have such a great team in the Liverpool football structure that I trust them to make the best decision possible. Of course, you can't compare the situation at Feyenoord and how much pressure he's under there, how much media attention he gets. At Liverpool, it will be like 5 times, 10 times as much. But Arne Slot is used to dealing with tough situations, Dirk said. When he was facing the media after defeats and when he was facing difficult questions, he always stayed in control. He always stuck to his principles, and he stuck to his belief in his playing style. He never gave me a negative experience, Dirk said. He always had opportunities to move to the Premier League previously, but he didn't feel like those projects were right. Remember that he rejected Tottenham and Chelsea before, so that instantly makes him even more likable to me. So he was waiting for the right step to take, and Arne Slot wouldn't go anywhere unless he really believed in the project. If he says yes, then it's because he is convinced that he can do great things in the job he's taking on, because Arne Slot is the type of guy who would say no to any big club if he had any doubts. Just like Jürgen Klopp said no to Manchester United before because he didn't feel like that was the right job to take on. Taking over after Jürgen Klopp is the hardest and the biggest challenge for any manager, but Dirk believes that Arne Slot will do it his way, and he will give absolutely everything to make Liverpool successful. He is determined and he is driven with a lot of self-belief, and his style of play is exactly what Liverpool fans love to see at Anfield. He's also good with the media because he explains himself very clearly. As Feyenoord have so many foreign players, he conducts his meetings in English, so there will be no issue over the language barrier. At Feyenoord, he is loved by the fans. They don't want to lose him. It will be of course sad to see him leave, but from my perspective, if he has to go anywhere, I'm happy that it's to Liverpool, Dirk said. He's not only a very good manager, but also a very good human being, and I think that is also crucial at Liverpool. You don't only need to be a great manager, you need to be a great man with the right principles, the right values in life, because you absolutely have to resonate with the Liverpool fans. At Liverpool, I think the manager is the number one importance. Even ahead of any player, the manager is always the most important man inside the football club. And I think it's also interesting what Jamie Carragher thinks about Arne Slot. He said that there is no one available to replicate Jürgen Klopp's aura, authority and natural connection with the fans, that X factor. Arne Slot makes sense tactically and how the data regarding Feyenoord's style makes him a natural fit, and this appointment is made with the head rather than the heart. But Jürgen Klopp's appeal was to both. to both the Liverpool fans' heads and the hearts. And of course, Jurgen Klopp was a huge name, and he was available when the Liverpool job came up. It's a different scenario. Now the huge names are not available. They are all employed by clubs and they don't want to leave. And of course, the big gamble is that Liverpool, after having one of the best managers in the world, in my opinion, the best manager in the world, Jurgen Klopp, they are now gambling on finding the next big manager in the making, and they aren't appointing a proven real deal. But the proven real deals can't come to Liverpool because they are under contract with other clubs and they don't really want to leave. And Jamie Carragher thinks that he wanted to be given, he wanted Liverpool to give more thorough consideration to a coach like Thomas Tuchel, who beat Pep Guardiola in a Champions League final. Tuchel followed Mainz at Klopp at Mainz and Dortmund as well, and he did well. But Thomas Tuchel and his personality is a awful fit to Liverpool, because he's not the kind of man that would resonate with the Liverpool fans. And I think that's as important as being great at manager. And I don't really particularly rate Thomas Tuchel highly. He failed with a brilliant Bayern Munich squad spectacularly this season. And of course, if you say, Arne Slot is taking on Pep Guardiola and the whole Premier League and the Champions League, of course it's a gamble. But any appointment would be a gamble. And I think Arne Slot is the safest bet because of his playing style, his philosophy, his strong personality. The more and more I learn about him, the more and more I like the things I'm learning about him. And I think Jamie Carragher is wrong when he says nobody wants to hear about transitional periods, seasons of consolidation, or the minimum requirement of Champions League qualification. I think the Liverpool fans are very smart fan base, and they, of course, exceptions are there, but they are a very smart fan base, and they know that with a new manager they can't expect straight away in the first season to necessarily challenge for the title or challenge for the Champions League. What they want to see is attractive attacking football, which Arne Slot will play at Liverpool, and they want to see a clear vision, a clear tactical idea, and the vision for the future. If the Liverpool fans are given hope and encouragement, then they can understand if Liverpool only finish in the top four. The Premier League is so competitive, even finishing in the top four is not easy. Look at Manchester United and Chelsea. They spent an absolute fortune and they probably won't finish in the top four this season. And Arne Slot will be a symbol of the new Liverpool regime and the different approach towards what Liverpool hope is the same destination. Between 2006 and 2019, so 13 years, Liverpool only won one League Cup. In the last 5 years, they have won everything, and they were unlucky not to win more. They won 8 trophies in the past 5 seasons, so this is definitely the best and most successful era in modern times at Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp is the single most important reason for that success. Once he is gone, it will not just be Arne Slot's reputation on the line, but Michael Edwards and the whole FSG hierarchy's reputation will be on the line as well, because they appointed Arne Slot. But I have confidence that he will be a successful Liverpool manager. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.